players. Do you feel that's come back to haunt you again with that draw?
Listen, I think it's clear for everyone to see the areas in which we need to improve. I think that's very clear. One thing we can't keep doing is have to score 3, 4, 5 goals to win a game of football. Not shying away from that at all. It's a collective responsibility. It's not an individual in terms of just one player. It's something that we all need to be better at.
This crowd is unrelenting when it's not going according to plan. It's almost as if you have to win them over. Is that making it doubly difficult?
No, I think that's just part of being a football player. You need to be able to deal with that. The expectation of playing for a club of this size, that comes with that, and you need to be big enough to deal with it as a team, individually, and I think it's all part of it. I think, listen, I've been here when it's been really, really good, so I know how good it can be as well, so you need to remember that. But ultimately it's about looking at ourselves and seeing where we can improve, but we all know in the areas which we need to do that.
Given your thinking on the substitutions, were you of a mindset of trying to close it out?
It depends what one you're talking about, because if I look at the game as a whole, I thought we started poorly again. So to go a goal down was a really poor goal, and then I thought we looked nervy, a bit shaky up until the point where we managed to get ourselves back into the game. And the timing of that goal was really important, just before half time. Made my team talk a lot easier in terms of, listen, we can be miles better, but we're still in the game, the timing of that. And I thought then the response after half time was great. We're on the front foot. I made the triple sub then about 60-minute mark to try and go and win the game, because I felt it was there to be done, and we find ourselves from a goal down back 2-1 up. Then I thought the subs came on and impacted the game in a positive way, which was great. And then naturally, with the way the game was going, I didn't think we dealt with the physical presence of Simon Murray on it anyway for 90 minutes. I thought he was a constant threat for us. We didn't deal with the physicality side to it. Then they went, nothing to lose, always going to go more direct, bringing on Curtis Main, having to deal with that physical presence again. So that was the rationale behind making the change you do late on in the game, which was, one, Miko had ran his race centre forward. We needed more pressure on the ball, so the mindset behind doing it is to try and get more pressure on the ball, go almost man for man so that you can get pressure on the ball. And reflection, when you lose a goal late on, it's very easy to say it's maybe because of that, but it's not directly to do with anything than that, other than it's a poor goal again that we lose.
You say it's a poor goal, is it concentration, David? You just seem to switch off as Simon Murray came behind him?
As I say, it was something that, listen, I thought Simon was a constant threat again. Nothing new, nothing that we didn't expect him to do. And as I've already mentioned, the areas in which we need to improve are clear for everyone to see. So I think looking at that again, that's pretty clear. We need to be better defensively.
Were there signs there of encouragement for you though, despite obviously making a poor start?
Yeah, I think that's the whole thing. I think if you look at the last, we got our first point of the season in the league, so it's much better than it has been for that reason. Going a goal down, then finding ourselves 2-1 up in the game's a great reaction for the players, and I thought had they earned that from the way we were playing in the second half, I thought it was much more positive, much more like us. And then the disappointment then comes in for losing a goal really late on. So that's why I go back to what I said at the start, which is that real mixed emotions at the moment. But as I've already mentioned 3 or 4 times now, it's clear where we know we need to improve, and that's where the hard work starts. Well, continues to happen straight away.
Kieran obviously took his goal well, kind of out of nothing really, wasn't it? Kind of made it himself.
Yeah, listen, I thought coming on, it's great to be able to bring players on like that. The physical presence he has, he's looking sharper, looking stronger, took his goal really well. In the days and weeks that go on, he's going to get stronger and fitter, and as is the rest of the squad, which is positives to take from that moving forward.
Did you expect to do quite a lot of business this week and out?
Listen, I think my position's been pretty consistent on that, especially in the last sort of 10 days or so, which is, whilst the window's open, we'll always be looking to try and improve if something becomes available, and the club feel they're in a position to be able to do it. They've been very supportive so far, and I'm very grateful for that, and I think that's kind of the way we are at the moment. If we identify someone that comes up that we believe makes the squad better, and the club believe we're able to do it, then we'll look to try and do that. At the same time, whilst the window's open, I expect there to be potentially some outs as well, just naturally because of the window being open and our squad being a little bit heavy. So clubs might start to look towards us and say, well, players might become available now that maybe weren't available. So whilst the window's open, I think you've always got to be ready and proactive and able to react at any time.
Late goals kind of last season became a big talking point as it went on. I take it something you kind of want to stop becoming an issue again quite quickly?
Yeah, listen, I think the timing of the goals at the moment, we're losing goals early. You've just said there about late goals, and last season's completely irrelevant because that's the past. This is a new squad, it's a new way of working, everything else that comes with that. it's just losing goals in general at the moment, which is a clear issue that we have to address very, very quickly, because as I've already touched on, we can't have to score as many goals as to go and win a game of football, and that's a responsibility of absolutely everyone involved, and myself first and foremost, to make sure we get a reaction from it.